And we have confirmation that the Zoom audio is coming through loud and clear. Thanks so much, Jose. And this is the podium microphone audio test for January 14th, just making sure that the podium microphone audio is working, and it is. Just readjusting the microphone. And there we go. Thank you. And good morning to our attendees who are joining us on the virtual platform. I do see a hand raised. Children's Voices Matter. Good morning. Would you like to offer commentary on any of our agendized items or public comment this morning?
Yes, public comment, please.
Very well. I have you down for general public comment, and I'll call upon you when we reach that item.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's 9:43, and we should get started in approximately 17 minutes. Thank you. Good morning to our attendees who are joining us here in the hearing room. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer public comment or commentary on our agendized items, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and hand it to me. Good morning as well to city staff, executives, and bureau representatives. Good morning as well to our attendees who are joining us on the online, who are joining us on the virtual platform. I do have Children's Voices Matter who's indicated that they wish to offer commentary. If there are any other members of the public who wish to offer commentary and you're joining us on the virtual platform, please raise your hand. I'll ask you to unmute and identify yourself for the record and which item you'd like to speak on. And then I'll record that information and call upon you when you reach your item. And Gigi, good morning.
Good morning. I want public comment, minutes, and number 8.
Very well. I have you down for public comment, minutes, and item 8. Thank you. Georgina?
Hey, TJ.
Hi, good morning. Would you like to offer public commentary this morning?
No, I'm just here to listen today. I'm not feeling well, but thank you for asking.
Oh, very well. I hope you feel better. Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, if there are members of the public who wish to offer commentary, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room and indicate which item you'd like to speak on. Hand it to me. I'll record that information and we will call upon you when we reach your item. Thank you. It is 9:54. We should get started with the board meeting in approximately 6 minutes. There are a number of bid openings on the board on today's agenda, and it is likely that we will start with those. Thank you. Good morning, Aaron. I do see your hand is raised. Would you like to offer commentary this morning? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, good morning.
Sorry, Henri. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Good morning. Yes, thank you. General and all items, please.
Very well. I have you down for general public comment and multiple agenda item commentary. I'm going to go ahead and lower your hand and put you back on mute. Thank you, Henri. And good morning once again to contractors who have who have submitted their bids, to city staff, executives, bureau representatives, members of the public. If there's any member of the public who has not already done so, who wishes to offer public comment or commentary on our agendized items, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, hand it to me, I'll record your information for the record, and then we'll call upon you when we reach your item. And for our attendees who are joining us on the virtual platform, good morning. If you have not already done so and you wish to offer commentary, please raise your hand, identify yourself for the record and which item you'd like to speak on, and I'll record your information and we will call upon you when we reach your item. Nora, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you like to offer? Go ahead.
Yes, general public comment in the minutes, please.
Thank you, Nora. I have you down for public comment and commentary on the minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And we should get started with the board meeting momentarily. Thank you. President King.
We have to divide. Does anyone good at math right now? 33,000. All right, divided by 5, and then you divide that by 5. Divide that right here. No, I would even say, yeah, I mean, they were only there from. No, you times it by 5. You divide it by 5, and that's.
And President King, we are now in record mode and ready to begin.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Mr. Knight, please take roll and establish quorum.
Thank you, President King. Good morning, President King, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Mitchell, and Commissioner Cardenas are present. We do have a quorum. We are joined this morning by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. I'm Assistant Executive Officer TJ Knight. President King, we have speaker cards under, we have 2 public commenters and 2 multiple agenda item commenters here in the hearing room. And we have 4 public commenters and 3 multiple agenda item commenters on the virtual platform this morning.
Thank you very much. We will get started with general public comment, which is an opportunity for the public to address the board on public interest items, and will be provided up to 1 minute per person, up to a cumulative total of 10 minutes for the general public comment segment of each regular meeting. Testimony shall be limited in content to subject matters which are within the jurisdiction of the Board of Public Works. The board may not take any action on any matters discussed during the public comment period. We have 2 in-person speakers. First up, we have Audit Alay.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great time off on vacation, much needed rest. But I'm here to discuss, I believe I sent out the email already about the shrine and the information that we're finding out that, you know, they were able to shut down all the streets around the shrine, even though the event was indoors. And I'm trying to figure out how that happened. I know it's BSS, but it's your oversight, and I'm asking you to please I'm officially asking for an investigation, how they were able to shut down, right? I thought you needed 51% of the neighborhood to agree to a shutdown like that, because they don't even own that property. So how were they able to shut down all the streets, all the sidewalks, and they had the sidewalks as limited to people who live there? How was this Scientologist? It was a Scientologist that were checking everybody's IDs, which gives them personal information because you don't know if they're taking pictures or you know, whatever. And so that, like, how is that possible? And there's just so much more. I'm going to do another in-depth email to really put my concerns, but I'm asking for an investigation. Thank you.
Next in-person speaker is Laura FM.
Good morning. I'm here in person, Hakuna Matata, but under here I have Hakuna Matata, but not until the cult of Scientology is taken down. So I've called in multiple times. Last time I called, I was bawling my eyes out. I had a horrible phone call with a family member. I have a little bit more energy and sleep and everything. But guys, the $42,000 for the night of the permit at the Shrine Auditorium, they had the sidewalks closed. I invited you guys to come look. Nobody came. They had 3 officers, maybe, total. They spent $33,000 on LAPD. They didn't do this 3 years ago. Do you understand? It was open. The Shrine Auditorium was open. Stop giving them permits. You guys are ruining my life. I've lost my job 3 months ago. This is harassment from Scientology because I'm coming to the board, because I'm coming to the city, and because I'm playful and awake and alive. I want it to mean something to you guys to really stop this. You guys are giving them permits still. They're a corrupt organization, ruining my life.
Thank you. That's 60 seconds.
Thank you very much. We will transition to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll start with Children's Voices Matter, followed by Gigi.
Greetings all. Hello. I propose L. Ron Hubbard Street be changed to Sharon Verzini Street or Philip Gale Street or Lisa McPherson Street or Susan Meister Street or Sergio Blensky Street or Nathan Rich Street or Jamie Mustard Street or Leah Remini Street or Megan Anderson Street or Serge Delmar Street or Nora Ames Street or Miriam Francis Street or Liz Ferris Street or Marissa Sigmund Street or Valeska Paris Street or Jenna Miscavige Street or Colin Smith Levin Street or Quentin Hubbard Street. Thank you for your time. I yield back my time.
And we'll move next to Gigi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so how come if another entity were to continuously violate the conditions of the permit, you would tell them, okay, you can't get any more permits? But when Scientology does it, you're like, okay, well, we'll just look past that and here, have another 500 permits. Like, they probably violate these permits more than anyone else in the city, and you keep giving them permits. Why do you keep letting them break conditions that you guys have put in place? Why are you letting them disrespect you guys? That's so disrespectful to you guys. Like, why would you even let that happen? But seriously, like, anyone else that tried to get a permit after violating every single permit would not be allowed to get a permit. So treat them like every other entity. They aren't fucking special. I yield my time.
And we'll move next to Henri.
I want to thank the board for helping me fulfill that CPRA. I finished my misconduct profile on Keith Mose from the Bureau of Street Services. I'm going to email you that, and I'm going to have you put that as part of the public record. I caught him, man. I got him dead to rights, okay? He's violated the First Amendment Establishment Clause so many times with this whole fiasco on the permits. He's got family members that are directly involved in Scientology. This guy has got to go. And at some point, you know, unfortunately, thanks to the 2 years of testimony from people regarding the violations of permits, that will make a very good narrative in court. And unfortunately, this board has failed to act on that. But I do want to give credit to where it's due. Thank you for fulfilling that CPRA. And it proves definitively Keith Mose is at least implicated, as well as the rest of the BSS executive board, in doing this fiasco as a favor politically to a religious group issuing permits closing down a public street. And that's the problem. That's a major problem for the city. And with that, I'll yield my time to the rest of the general public.
Thank you. 60 seconds. And we'll move next to Nora.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I just want to also touch on the permits that you're issuing to the Church of Scientology in regards to the shrine. What is happening inside the Shrine Auditorium, I can tell you from attending those events as both a paying member of Scientology and an indentured servant slave laborist known as the Sea Organization. What happens once they put those people in the auditorium is the exits are locked from the inside and guarded by fake Space Navy members until each Scientologist in there purchases something, and then they are allowed to leave. There is no organization on planet Earth that is allowed to block fire exits, to prevent their members from leaving a building freely, to prevent their quote unquote volunteers from leaving the service of volunteering freely and voluntarily, except for Scientology. They are the only ones that can chase their members down literally on foot, by car, at the airport,
Thank you.
by
That's
train.
60 seconds. And I do see an additional hand raised. President King, if you like, I can see it then.
Yes, please.
Georgina, you'd indicated earlier that you do not wish to offer. Would you like to offer public comment at this time?
Yes, thank you. I did change my mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got thinking about it with the Shriner Auditorium. What kind of Stasi state are we living in that a random organization that is holding an event can stop every public person walking down the street and force them to identify themselves, only allowing people that had the right address on their driver's license? Well, what if you just moved there? What if you were receiving a package? What if you were having people over that night? They don't have the right to choose who can and cannot use a public sidewalk. It's outrageous to me. We're not in Nazi Germany. This is the United States of America. We have freedom of movement and we have freedom of speech, and I plan to exercise both. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
And that concludes public comment this morning, President King.
Thank you very much. With that, we will close general public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment period for up to 1 minute per item, up to a total of 3 minutes per meeting. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item, and please identify the items that you will speak on when you are called. We will begin with Auditor Lay.
The challenges of chairs. Good morning. Good morning again. Okay, the minutes. I'm going to keep pounding on these minutes. And like, I understand the balance of like, you don't want to put too much, too little, but like, there's nothing. I would really, really love for two things, a lot of things to go into it, but the fact that I request a formal investigation, because it's pretty, and someone's coming and asking for a formal investigation, I think that should be noted. And also, like, when the fact that you just heard that, you know, that there's an organization that you're giving permits to, and that inside there, they do not allow the people to leave until they've bought something. I find that egregious, and I find it like, I know you deep down, I don't think any of you want to be a part of that. I think a lot of it is that you don't know what's really going on inside. You don't understand fully what this organization is about. And I think a lot of it also is that, you know, so it's hard to put in the minutes. It's like, what can you do about it? You might have a lot of pressure above you guys, and I understand that. I understand all the complexities of this. But I'm still going to keep encouraging you to please do more, to do better with the minutes. The next one is with the neighborhood councils. I'm still going to ask you to bring them in, because I have a feeling, well, I know, I guarantee you they didn't notify the neighborhood councils about the Shrine incident. And at that time, okay, there was a game at USC that night, so they knew it's on your permit, that they knew there was going to be traffic issues and stuff because of the game. It's also the holidays and stuff, so there's a lot of traffic, and there's no need to close it. So I think that the neighborhood would have wanted to know, including USC, that this was coming, and that's why I want an investigation. Were they notified? Was the NC notified? And you guys should be bringing in the NC so they can understand these processes. Because if they didn't understand that they're, you know, like, they're probably wondering, why is this all shut down? And it's because Scientology wants to have a place where they can entrap their people until they pay for something. And so it was really 3 people showed up, okay? It was really to keep Laura from trying to get a glimpse of her dad and being able, that's the whole reason that they paid $42,000. They're willing to do that to keep her from getting a glimpse of her father, or from anyone, you know, filming to see what's going on there. And you guys, as far as, because I get it, like, you're like, well, if they apply for it, you know, we're supposed to be fair and neutral. But at this point, is it neutral anymore? It's not. It's favoritism at this point. And I think the neighborhood councils need to be advised. As far as the bids, it's going to be a continuous, gentle reminder that there is such a thing as labor trafficking, even in America. And I just want to make sure that anytime you're doing bids, that they are really being sure that none of that is happening with these agencies. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Laura FM.
Okay, hi, I'm going to speak on the minutes and also on the bids, but the main thing with the minutes, this has been 2.5 years now. Imagine being in my position. You can't, because you haven't been in my position, period. I've literally been a slave child my whole childhood and then into my early 20s, all of that, my whole life. So coming here all the way from all the different places that I've been, you don't know where I travel from, you don't know how far I've come. I'm asking if you can, as a board, say, you know what, we're gonna start. We don't need Karen Bass's permission to allow people to be notified on the minutes that we have been coming in for 2.5 years saying, please stop giving Scientology permits. Never has that been reflected. Maybe once somebody said in a different neighborhood council, the bonk meeting, when they literally wrote, Laura FM came in wanting to be a part of the board and feels feared because Scientology is gonna stop that. That's going to happen anywhere I go. So now that I have to start a lawsuit, with the city, against the city, not Scientology. My separate lawsuit for Scientology is separate. This is going to be a lawsuit against the Public Works Department. I have to. The insanity that you can't even put on the minutes. These people came in. They are trying to get Scientology's L. Ron Hubbard name revoked back to North Berendo. How is that so hard? You give Robert Charvet, whatever, the artist, Vargos, whatever, amazing artist, the whole city just gave him a day. Today is, Vargas, the artist day. Great. What about changing the con cult, fucking destructive, abusive raper, L. Ron Hubbard, child pedophile? Remove his name from that street. Tori already called in and told you guys, this is what happened in the courts. This is how we lied to everybody to get that street name. The only reason they have the street name L. Ron Hubbard is to look better, bigger, more empowered. They look like they own the city. They have a whole street. Do you see? This is insane. And then they spend $42,000 on a permit for closing the Shrine Auditorium when fucking half of the permit is not $800 to DOT. $33,000 goes to the LAPD representatives that were stopping me from just filming on a public sidewalk. You have Sea Org indentured slaves literally checking the IDs of students who are in the free world. These are indentured slaves who make $47 a week. It's not about the money. It's about abusive power of the fucking board. Do something about it.
That's 3 minutes. Thank you.
You don't need Karen Bass's permission.
Thank you very much. We will transition to our virtual platform.
Thank you, President King. We'll start with Gigi. You indicated that you wish to offer commentary on the minutes and item 8.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So again, I'm going to point out that it's very disrespectful that you guys can't get the minute situation together. You can't include what is said during the public comment. I personally have been calling in since 2 Septembers ago. It's been a long ass time and nothing that I said has been documented in the minutes for public comment. I obviously am not the only one. You have all these other people today that are speaking. Nothing they said has ever been in the minutes under public comment. All you put is public comment has been received. Well, what happens once it's received? And to be honest, how is it getting received? Through your ears? Because sometimes some people aren't paying attention. You guys do good most of the part, but you guys don't pay attention all the time. So if you had it in the minutes, maybe you guys could go back and actually see what was said during the public comments when you're not paying attention. Number 8, talking about sidewalks. When are you going to fix the sidewalk on Fountain between Catalina and L. Ron Hubbard Way? I know that there's been at least 10 times that you guys were told about that, probably way more than that. But when is that ever going to get fixed? You know, we said something about it the next day. They had their indentured servants out there like grinding away with it in a very unsafe manner, spraying water on electrical cords. I don't know what they were doing, but when is someone that knows what they're doing going to actually fix the sidewalk there? Thank you. I yield my time.
And we'll move next to Henri, followed by Nora. Henri, you've indicated that you wish to offer multiple agenda item commentary, and you have 3 minutes to do so. Please indicate which item you're speaking on.
Yes, I'll start with the meeting minutes, and I'll go through the some of the other items. So starting with the minutes, I've talked to the county clerk of LA, I've talked to the city clerk, and I've talked to several different city attorney deputies, and all of them have confirmed with no uncertain terms that it's not enough to enter on the record for the meeting minutes that commentary was taken. You're supposed to actually do the following. You're supposed to indicate the names of the individuals as they registered who spoke, as well as take a tally of who supported or denied each of the agenda items for the multiple agenda item portion. You're not doing that. That's a clear Brown Act violation. It's required by the Brown Act. Not only that, but these are your board, and the city council is the only one that does that. In fact, even the Civilian Sheriff's Oversight Commission does it. Even the Board of Supervisors does it. And they have a hell of a lot more public commenters than this board does by a huge margin. By a huge margin. And so you're already in major violation of the Brown Act for years. And to top it all off, I actually heard just this week on Monday, January 12th, Judge Carter actually brought up, he knows what's going on in these meetings, and he specifically brought up the repeated Brown Act violations that have been going on by the boards and at the city, and that he's disgusted with it, and that's why he's starting to hold people individually in contempt. And so will you be part of that list of Carters? Time will tell, but it looks very likely. Moving on to the neighborhood council portion of this. When it comes to neighborhood council comments, you are supposed to notify them. That is a requirement, and especially so for special events permits before any permits are issued. That means that in that vetting process, you as a board member, as well as the Bureau of Street Services Executive Management, is accountable to vet, making sure that the particular neighborhood council for the area in which an event is located is notified during the solicitation process. And if they're not, which we know they're not, and there's a 45-day window you're supposed to submit, then the entire permit is null and void. That has been happening for years at this point. You know that's been happening for years at this point, and the board has the power and the legal requirement and mandate to bring it up when violations like this occur. Not only that, the renaming of the street is also a temporary revocable permit for the street name change. That means it can be brought up to be revoked. It is really just that simple. It is temporary, it is revocable, and it really is just that simple. Last but not least, you can't have any agenda items where the Bureau of Street Services is clearly implicated, violating the First Amendment Establishment Clause, having to do anything
That's
with
3 minutes. That's 3 minutes. Thank you, Henri. We have Nora, and you've indicated that you wish to offer commentary on the minutes, so you'll have 60 seconds to do so.
Thank you. I just want to thank Henri for bringing up the Brown violations. It has been 2 years that we've been calling in to talk about the crimes of Scientology that are being authorized and co-signed by your entire board as you continue to issue them permits after permits after permits. There are slaves living in those blue buildings. There's slaves living in Hollywood Boulevard. They are paid $47 a week. The budget that they spent on the cops and the permit is 10 times what they paid those people in 1 week. And that's if they get paid. I tried to escape from there multiple times. I ran away. They hunted me down. They broke the door on my parents' house to take me back and not allow me to leave. That is what you're co-signing when you give them those permits for the events. They're recruiting more people, more children as slaves, and you keep doing it. You need to reflect all of these statements in your minutes so that you know on the minutes that you guys are co-signing slavery in Los Angeles as we speak.
Thank you. That's 60 seconds. President King, that concludes multiple agenda item commentary this morning. And for the record, there has been no neighborhood council commentary submitted.
Thank you. With that, we will close the multiple item public comment portion of today's meeting and move forward with the approval of minutes for Friday, December 19th, 2025. Commissioners, any questions or comment? Seeing no other discussions, is there a first and a second?
So move. Second.
First by President Pro Tem Grant, seconded by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of minutes, starting with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and this item is approved unanimous.
Thank you very much. Moving to our agenda items, we have several bid openings this morning. We will get started with the Central Business District Sewer Rehabilitation Unit 12, Alameda Street to 18th Street.
Thank you, President Kang. I'm joined this is TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works. I'm joined this morning by Matthew Castellanos of the Board Secretariat, and we have our bid opening for item 1 on the agenda this morning. The first bid is from Spinello Infrastructure West. Spinello's total bid amount is, sure. Spinello Infrastructure West's total bid amount is $30,200,295. Spinello Infrastructure West, $30,200,295. The second bid for item 1 is from JR Pipeline Company Incorporated. JR Pipeline's total bid amount is $35,275,750. $35,275,750. And that's the final bid for that's the final bid submitted for item number 1 this morning.
All right, Commissioners, I'll move to accept these two bids for item number 1. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice President Chavez.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 1, starting with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 1 is received, open and declared forthwith.
Thank you very much. Moving to item number 2, opening of our bids for Fern Angels Park Stormwater Capture Project.
Thank you, President Kang. Again, this is TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works, joined by Matthew Castellanos from the Board Secretariat, and we are opening bids on item number 2. And for item 2, the first bid received is from Reyes Construction Incorporated. Item number 2 is the Fernangeles Parks. The first bid is from Reyes Construction. Reyes Construction Incorporated's total bid amount is $32,361,100. $32,361,100. The second bid for item number 2 is received from Toro Enterprises Incorporated. Toro Enterprises Incorporated's total bid amount is $34,443,538. $34,443,538 from Toro Enterprises Incorporated. The third bid for item 2 is from Legion Contractors Incorporated. Legion Contractors Incorporated's total bid amount is $31,588,000. $31,588,000. And the fourth bid for item 2 is from Environmental Construction Incorporated. Environmental Construction Incorporated's total bid amount is $26,898,276. $26,898,276. And the next bid for item 2 is from GMZ Engineering. GMZ Engineering's total bid amount is $23,945,000. $23,945,000. And the next bid for item 2 is from Los Angeles Engineering Incorporated. Los Angeles Engineering Incorporated's total bid amount is $26,175,000. $26,175,000. Thanks. And the next bid for item 2 is from Caliagua Incorporated. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. It's Caliagua Incorporated. Caliagua Incorporated's total bid amount is $36,522,041. $36,522,041. And that concludes the bid openings for item number 2 this morning.
Thank you very much. I'll move to accept the bids for item number 2. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, President King. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 2, starting with you, President King,
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant,
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell, and Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 2 is received, open, and declared forthwith.
Moving on to item number 3, opening of our bids for our sidewalk repair program, package number 82, access request sites.
Thank you, President King. I'm TJ Knight, and I'm joined by Matthew Castellanos from the Board Secretariat, and we will begin opening the bids for item number 3. The first bid for item 3 is from Access Pacific Incorporated. Access Pacific Incorporated's total bid amount is $1,293,891. $1,293,891. The second bid for item 3 is from Environmental Construction Incorporated. Environmental Construction Incorporated's total bid amount is $1,164,235. $1,164,235. The third bid for item 3 is from Axiom Group. Axiom Group's total bid amount is $1,218,255. $1,218,255. Fourth bid for item 3 is from Addison Miller Incorporated. Addison Miller Incorporated's total bid amount is $1,175,982. $1,175,982. And the last bid for item 3 is from Geronimo Concrete Incorporated. Geronimo Concrete Incorporated's total bid amount is $1,264,646.25. $1,264,646.25. And that concludes bid opening for item 3.
All right, I'll move to accept the bids for item number 3. Is there a second?
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Cardenas and Mitchell.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 3, starting with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell and Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 3 is received. The bids are received, open, and declared forthwith.
Thank you. Item number 4, opening of our bids for bicycle-friendly streets.
Thank you, President Kang. This is TJ Knight with the Board of Public Works, joined by Matthew Castellanos from the Board Secretariat for the bid openings for item 4. The first bid received is from Access Pacific Incorporated. The total bid amount is $663,232. $663,232. The second bid for item 4 is from HZS Engineering, DBA HZS Construction. Their total bid amount is $687,878. $687,878. The third bid for item 4 is from Palp Incorporated, DBA XL Paving. And their total bid amount is $1,628,998. $1,628,998. And the next bid for item 4 is from E&M Constructors Incorporated. E&M Constructors Incorporated's total bid amount is $400,527. $400,527. Thanks, Matthew. And the last bid for item 4 is from Geronimo Concrete Incorporated. Geronimo Concrete Incorporated's total bid amount is $556,456.41. $556,456.41. And that concludes bid opening for item number 4 this morning, President Kang. Thank you, Mr. Castellanos.
Thank you very much. I'll move to accept the bids for item number 4. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by President Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 4, starting with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 4 is, the bids are received, open, and declared forthwith.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item number 5 from the Bureau of Engineering for Council District 6, task number 40, CWE.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is George Huang. I'm a senior civil engineer with the Bureau of Engineering Street Improvement Division. And the item before the board today is to request the board to issue a task order solicitation TOS 40 to CWE for the Active Transportation Program, ATP, Cycle 5, Panorama City Elementary School project. We're currently in the design phase of the project. So right now we are seeking the design, engineering, and support services from our pre-qualified on-call list for the civil engineering support contract. And this project is in CD6, and it involves a lot of traffic calming and pedestrian improvement work in the project scope. So a lot of this is is focused on Panorama City Elementary School, and that includes work such as installing curb extensions, upgrading curb ramps, continental crosswalks, and bike lanes. We're also putting speed feedback signs, speed humps, and pedestrian lighting as well, and signal enhancements. This task order solicitation was advertised on RAMP, on the Regional Alliance Marketplace for Procurement on December 4th, 2024. And we received 3 proposals, one from CWE, EXP US Services, and SOMAS. Part of the solicitation request was for the firms to submit a proposal, and also we conducted interviews with each of the 3 firms. The firms were rated based on their professional competence, adequacy of method to address the objectives of the work, and then management and the capabilities of their team, and as well as the history of the firm and the cost effectiveness of the performance on other city related projects of similar transportation projects. The staff from the Bureau of Engineering and the LA Department of Transportation participated in the evaluation and selected CWE as the firm that was the most qualified under these rating criterias. The original proposed fee from CWE was 1.121 million. We went through several rounds of negotiations with the firm, and we were able to narrow down, descope some of the work that was originally in the proposal, such as the traffic control, the traffic plans, and also the street lighting plans. That will be now performed by LA DOT, as well as the Bureau of Street Lighting. So then the remaining, and also some of the outreach and the geotech services and the survey will also be done within city forces. And that brought the contract down to $860,809. Originally, this TOS also included the business improvement program participation. So during the submittal, CWE did meet all the committed participation goals, but due to the kind of the descoping of some of the elements, they fell below the participation goal. So with that, they plan to make that up in the next solicitation or other future projects that they may have. So this project is funded by non-federally funded by the state ATP grant, and then also includes Measure R and Measure M funding. So and that concludes my report. So I'm available for any questions that the board may have.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments? Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you for your report. Can you repeat what you said with regard to why the original bid was 1.12 million and came down to 860 in terms of negotiations?
Yes. When we selected CWE as the most qualified firm, their original cost proposal was $1,121,286. And then through a series of negotiations, that amount was agreed upon, was reduced to $860,809.
So was there a change in scope?
There is no change in scope. It was just some of the discipline of the work, like the traffic control plan, the traffic plans, the signal plans, the striping plans, and the street lighting plans. Instead of having the firm perform that work, the design work, that's going to be done by our city.
And when was this listed on ramps?
Pardon me?
When was this listed on ramps?
This was listed on RAMP on December 4th, 2024.
December 4th, what?
December 4th, 2024.
Okay, so that would have been before HLA? Or after HLA went into effect, if you know?
I believe it was before, because it was April. I remember the April date, but I'm not recalling the year. If it was 2024 or 2025.
Okay, well, the reason why I'm asking is, what are the elements of the project again?
On the mobility plan or the project scope of work, Commissioner?
This is a Safe Routes project, correct?
Correct. We're installing Right. This project came about as part of one of the Safe Route to School projects that DOT put together, and then we took the elements of the Safe Route to School and applied for this ATP grant, and then the project was selected, so it's funded by.
But
by
what are
DOT.
we doing? What are we
Yeah,
actually doing?
Right. So we will be installing, we'll be installing curb ramps, traffic striping modifications, continental crosswalks. On Figure 2 of the board report, we're also doing bike lanes and also and pedestrian lighting and speed feedback signs. So it's all the elements combined together for like traffic calming and mostly focused around the elementary school. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Cardenas.
Yeah, just one question. You mentioned it twice. I'm not familiar with the Continental Crosswalk. What is that?
Oh, yes. Continental crosswalks they're a form of crosswalks for pedestrians to cross through the street, but they look more like zebras. They're like little bars that kind of cross perpendicular to the path of the travel, and then they go from one curb ramp to the other curb ramp. So
It's a striping pattern?
They're striping patterns. That's correct. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other comments or questions from commissioners? Seeing none, is there a first and a second?
Second.
First by Commissioner Mitchell, seconded by Commissioner Cardenas.
Thank you, President Kane. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 5, starting with you, President Kane.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Graham.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes. Item 5 is adopted, subject to conditions, and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 6 for Council District 10, contract award, Geronimo Concrete for LA Lonnie Initiative, Koreatown.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Emily Ahn, and I'm with LADOT Complete Streets Division, and I'll be speaking on item number 6, which is to contract award to Geronimo Concrete for the Los Angeles Neighborhood Initiative Koreatown project. We are recommending to the board to declare Geronimo Concrete as the low bidder, lowest responsible, and responsive bidder and award Geronimo a contract for the Los Angeles Neighborhood Initiative Lonnie Koreatown project for $285,322. We are also recommending the board authorize the president or 2 board members to execute the contract after approval. A background of this project is located in Council District 10 in the Koreatown neighborhood. It is located on the north side of Olympic where Normandy and Arolo Street split. This project is to enhance decorative concrete paving and streetscape by adding pedestrian improvements such as street furniture, lighting, and landscaping. This project has received support from Council District 10, and they have provided an additional funding to fill funding gaps for the project. Geronimo Concrete is the lowest bidder of 4 bidders. The funding for this project is from the Transportation Grant Fund as well as the Measure R Local Fund. So there is sufficient funding for the project. And that concludes my presentation. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments? I have a couple. Can you expand on, I know you mentioned some of the pedestrian upgrades. Can you be a little bit more specific on what the installation will entail?
Some of the items for the project are new concrete paving on the street, as well as benches and some tree wells in that intersection where Normandy and Arolo split. It's adjacent to the Korean landscape in that intersection.
Are you able to tell me the total number of furniture that will be installed?
Not off the top of my head. I know there are a few benches, but I would have to get back to you on that.
And will it be going into the pagoda area that you just mentioned?
It will not.
It'll be just on the public sidewalk?
Yeah, it's adjacent to the pagoda area.
Okay.
So it does not interfere with that area.
Is there anybody here that can tell me the specific numbers of items that are being installed?
Not at this time.
Can you circle back with me real quick with that?
Yeah.
The type of, all the different types of things that are being installed. I'm very much in support. I would like to know
Sure.
more specifics.
Absolutely.
Okay. And the types of design as well.
And that, you mean which specific areas?
You
would
mentioned like decorative, you mentioned some decorative.
paving. There's also
Pavings.
lighting and benches, as well as tree wells.
So if there are any design schematics, I would love to see.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in terms of what's the anticipated completion date or the number of days that you all will be under construction?
The project has a construction duration of 180 days. So we are looking to complete the project as soon as possible.
So are you anticipating within the calendar year?
Yes, by the end of the calendar year.
And I did flag to you all in our briefing about a festival that occurs in the fall. So you all are aware so that we're not interrupting a major community event that always
Yes.
happens in that.
So we reached out to the council office and requested a contact for the festival. And during our pre-construction meeting with the contractor, we're looking to mitigate it. Obviously, we would love to have the project completed before the festival, but if any case it's not possible, we will work directly with the contractor and the council office to ensure it doesn't interfere with the festival.
Okay. And I'm happy to provide a direct contact as well.
Okay.
So if you could follow up with me today, that would be
Okay.
appreciated.
Sounds good.
Any other questions or comments from the board? All right. Seeing none, I'll move. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Mitchell.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 6, starting with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant. Aye. Commissioner Mitchell. And Commissioner Cardinals.
All right.
All ayes, and item 6 is adopted, subject to conditions, and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you very much. All right, moving on to item number 7 for Council District 12 contract award with Geronimo Concrete, Reseda Boulevard Alley, Green Streets.
Yes, good morning. My name is Steve Fierce. I'm the principal architect with the Bureau of Engineering Architectural Division. And so this report is to declare Geronimo Concrete, Inc. first low bidder to the lowest to be the lowest responsible bidder to award Geronimo the contract for Reseda Boulevard Alley Green Street project for $2,828,115. This is a design build project which consists of improvements to the existing 1,750 lineal feet vehicular alley east of Reseda Boulevard from approximately 600 feet south of Nordhoff Street to Parthenia Place. The scope of work consists of completing the design and construction of the new alley paving with a 5-foot wide strip of permeable pavers running the entire length of the alley. The project goal is to capture, treat, divert, and infiltrate approximately 117,000 gallons of stormwater during the 85th percentile storm rain event, reducing runoff from the storm drains which flow into the LA River. The contract duration is for 590 calendar days. The project has been reviewed and for environmental considerations, and it was determined to be categorically exempt pursuant to the provisions of the California Environmental Quality Act. The city's engineer's estimate for this project was $3,081,000. The bid amount was $2,828,115, which is 8.21% lower than our estimate. The mandatory subcontracting minimum requirements for this project is 25%, and the contractor has complied with pledging a subcontract participation levels of 30.22%. Geronimo has worked on numerous projects issued by the board with no significant or unresolved issues. Geronimo was requested to extend their bid bond, which expired on December 16th, 2025, and the contractor has agreed to extend their bid bond until January 16th, 2026. So there is no impact on the general fund. And the funding, as of this date of the board report, has been verified and approved by the Director of Office of Accounting. This will be, oops, sorry, this will conclude my presentation. If I can turn a page. Sorry. Oh my. Yes, that concludes my presentation. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments on item number 7? Commissioner Cardenas.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. Did you mention there was going to be a pervious pavement in the alley? Is it pervious bricks? What type of construction is that?
The impervious paving on this is, let me just see real quick here. It's permeable pavers.
Permeable.
It's permeable.
So it's pavers, not permeable
That's
concrete.
Yeah, it's permeable pavers.
And this is just going to go into the subsoil? How's the water going to be transferred, or it's going to be soaking into the alley so it doesn't get to the regular storm drains?
Yeah, that is my understanding of it. I can get a better clarification of exactly how permeable pavers work, and I'll email you that. But that is pretty much my understanding of it with the pavers. It just soaks in.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You can send it to executive office.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, is there a first and a second?
Second.
Commissioner Mitchell first, seconded by President Pro Tem Grant.
Thank you, President Kang. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of item 7, starting with you, President Kang.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Mitchell. Aye. And Commissioner Cardenas.
Aye.
All ayes, and item 7 is adopted, subject to conditions, and will move forward forthwith.
Thank you very much. Item number 8 on Sidewalk and Transit Amenities Program has been continued to Wednesday, January 28, 2026. With that, Mr. Knight, have we cleared our voting items for today?
Yes, we have, President Kang.
All right. Our next meeting will be on Friday, January 16, 2026. The meeting is now adjourned at 10:56 a.m.